What's up, guys? Stas here. Hope you all had a great weekend and are ready for this upcoming week in the stock market. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a big one. So in this video, we're going to break down this company I'm watching very, very closely right now called Live Ventures. Their ticker symbol is LIVE. We're going to break down the charts, the financials, what this company actually does, why I'm watching them. You guys know the drill. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. It's free, and you might as well follow me on X as well at Stas Talk Stocks. Link down below. Go do that now, guys. I'm getting way more active on X. And with that being said, guys, we might as well jump into it and not waste any time. Cheers. I hope you all do have a great rest of your day and find value in this video. And with that being said, guys, let's dive into it. So Live Ventures, again, is the company we're going to be talking about today. Their ticker symbol is LIVE. And this stock overall in the past couple of weeks has been recovering a little bit. You guys can see it was at 25 bucks back in the middle of October, and now in the beginning of November, a couple weeks later, it is pushing $27 per share. As you guys can see, we're up around 6% from that point, and over the past couple of months, we've slowly been reversing on Live Ventures. You can see it took a bit of a haircut from $37 down to about 23 bucks. That was from, I think, March to June, right? So we did take a bit of a haircut there, but we're slowly recovering after decent earnings. The last quarter they reported, and I believe the quarter before that as well. It's slowly starting to reverse, and on the 3-year chart, you guys can see we do have a wedge on this stock, and we're looking to see what direction it does end up picking, and I'm going to set my alert right now at $30 per share. Let me do that now. Mark is at or above 30 bucks per share, and I'll do another alert at 35 bucks to see if this thing does start pushing out of the wedge. And if I pull up the max chart to show you guys a little bit more price action here, we can see some key levels of resistance over the past decade. I think they've been public for about 15 years now, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can see if we do crack out of that wedge, and this is all hypothetical, nothing's guaranteed, obviously, in the stock market. And full disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to buy, sell, or, I can't tell you to do anything. I'm not telling you to do anything. All I'm doing is breaking down the charts here and putting this company on your watch list, right? We can see that if we do start breaking above 35 bucks, the next main resistance we have is about $47. I mean, that's where the stock has failed time and time again over the course of the last 10-15 years. And then if $47 breaks, we could be pushing up even higher. But again, nothing's guaranteed. All we're looking at here is previous price targets, drawing out some lines, and talking about hypotheticals, right? So Live Ventures is one that is very interesting chart-wise, and the financials are pretty interesting, and what the company actually does is very interesting as well. Let me actually pull up the Safari tab very quickly here, guys. Bear with me. Give me a second. We'll talk a little bit about what this company does and why they're on my watch list right now. So let me show you this. If I pull it up and zoom in a little bit, because we could barely even see what this says here, guys. So Live Ventures Incorporated, again, its ticker symbol LIV. It's on the NASDAQ exchange. Is a growing, diversified holding company with a strategic focus on value-oriented acquisitions of domestic middle-market companies. Live Ventures acquisition strategy is sector agnostic and focuses on well-run, closely held businesses with a demonstrated track record of earnings growth and cash flow generation, which is very important when you're looking at businesses, right, guys? And Live Ventures looks for opportunities to partner with the management teams of its acquired businesses to build increased shareholder value through a disciplined buy, build, hold long-term focus strategy. And from the moment Live Ventures takes ownership, it looks for opportunities to invest in the acquired entity to drive growth and increase shareholder value, which of course is very important. And Live Ventures was founded actually back in 1968. In late 2011, John Isaac, the CEO and strategic investor, joined the board of directors and later refocused it into a diversified holding company. Its current portfolio of diversified operating subsidiaries includes companies in the textile, flooring, tools, steel, entertainment, and financial services industry. So very diversified in terms of the different industries here, right, guys? And for the year ended September 30th, 2022, revenues were $287 million, and adjusted EBITDA was roughly $38 million. And as of September 30th, 2022, the company had total assets of $279 million and shareholders' equity of $97 million. And if we come down here a little bit more, guys, their acquisition strategy is to target companies with annual earnings between $5 and $50 million, closely held or family-founded businesses with a strong culture and management team that is looking to continue operating the business, very important, and companies with a defensible market position and track record of stable earnings and cash flow. So it's not like they're targeting random businesses that just started out. No. These are defensible market position and track record, or strong track record companies that have proven to have stable earnings and stable cash flows, and companies in need of new ownership. They target these companies and outside capital to support growth both organically and through acquisitions. You guys can see here, and if we come down a little bit more, actually no, on this next slide, you're going to see the timeline of this company. Essentially, it started off in 1968. There were some hardships. They started off originally incorporated as Nuclear Corporation of New Mexico. Then the company becomes YP.com in 96. They're in the .com bubble, and then YP.com sold to AT&T, yada, yada, yada. After years of failed starts, the company nears bankruptcy and faces the listing from the NASDAQ back in 2011, but they really turned it around under John Isaac through his private entity, Isaac Capital Group, which made a huge investment in LiveDeal, making him the largest stockholder, and from that point, things have been on the up and up over the last 15 years. Now, in 2023 right now, this company is celebrating 15 years listed on the NASDAQ, and these are actually the different companies that they own right now. We have Marquis, however you want to say that, Industries, Inc., which is operating one of the most advanced carpet mills in the industry. Marquis Industries designs, manufactures, sources, and distributes both hard and soft floor covering for the residential and commercial markets. This company right here on the left. And here we have Vintage Stock, which is an award-winning entertainment retailer, sells new and pre-owned movies, classic and current generation video games, and systems, music on CD and LP, collectible comics, things like that, which that will always be popular, in my opinion, no matter how digital the world becomes, right? People will always like vintage items. We have Precision Marshall, which is a steel company. We also have California-based Flooring Liquidators, which is this company right here. This is obviously a flooring liquidator. Flooring Liquidators serves retail and builder customers through three businesses: Flooring Liquidators, retail stores, Elite Builder Services, and the 7 Day Stone, Inc. And coming over here to their financials, guys, very important, because when you're looking at a company, when you're looking at a stock in general here, you want to look at their financials and see how they're looking. So if we pull up their financials here, we can see growth over the last couple of years on the top line, which is also known as revenue. You guys know that. We can see it's been growing nicely from $190 million in 2020, $270 million in 2021, $286 million in 2022. Now, trailing 12 months is at $325 million when it comes to revenue. That's awesome. And the balance sheet is very important to look at. Let me show you this. Total assets, $278 million. Total liabilities, $181 million. And another thing worth looking at on the balance sheet is the current ratio, meaning current liabilities, or rather current assets, over current liabilities. This goes to show how, well, it's one metric to show how financially sound a company is. So if we look here at the total current assets at $134 million versus the total current liabilities of $56 million, that's really good. You want to see a current ratio over 1. Essentially what this means is the company is able to pay off their current liabilities if they so want to, if they please. They can pay off their debts due in the next 12 months with cash, or with current assets, or with their current assets, which is always a very, very good sign. So that's a good, good sign there that their current ratio is over a 1. And we could talk about this stuff all day, guys, but that's a quick glance at the financials. And coming over here to the Litchfield report, let me show you this, guys. Give me a second. This is very important as well. So this is actually a very in-depth research report from Litchfield Hills Research. It's about, I think, 15, 20 pages long. It goes over their entire thesis, price targets, all that good stuff, which I'm not giving a price target personally. I mean, anything could happen, but this is according to Litchfield Hills Research. You guys can see, I think their price target is like $130 for this stock. And again, who knows what's going to happen, guys, obviously, but they have high conviction. There's, a lot of insight here. We can read through some of the investment thesis here. We can see here they're initiating coverage. Oh, what the heck's going on with this, guys? Whoops, sorry about that. They're initiating coverage on Live Ventures with a buy rating and $138 price target. Again, that's them, not me. I'm not telling you to go buy or do anything. And full disclosure, I own 0 shares of this stock right now, so keep that in mind. But they're thinking, okay, buy rating, $138 price target, record revenue growth came in 2021, which is awesome. Live is a profitable and diversified holding company with exposure to industrial, construction, and retail markets, and one of only 8% of all U.S. headquartered companies to report revenue growth of over 40% in 2021, which is awesome, guys. You guys can see they have a 6-year track record of expanding sales, which is awesome, consistently profitable over a long period of time, which, of course, is also awesome as well. You guys can see they reported profit at the operating income line for 23 of the past 25 quarters, with rising levels of operating and net income over the past 10 quarters. And they also reported a loss once in the previous 25 quarters, which you can see on another page here. They, of course, have significant EBITDA generation over the last 2 years. Adjusted EBITDA has ranged from 14 to 16% of revenue. They have favorable trends support, favorable trends support further growth, like we talked about before, right? Shares selling for a significant discount to peers, which we can see other companies' shares are trading at roughly a 90% discount to the multiple of sales, 75% discount to earnings, and 30% discount to book, while book earnings and sales are growing, which is very good news. And if we come down here a little bit more, guys, this is a great figure to see, how their quarterly sales have grown since, it looks like 2016 up until now, which is awesome. This goes to show their operating income profitability by quarter 2016 to now, which overall it's trending up. That's really good. And let's see what else here, guys, before we do wrap up the video. This is actually it looks like a future earnings model here, which we're not going to get too deep into in this one. But overall, guys, look, Live Ventures is definitely an up-and-coming company that is worth watching, worth putting on your watch list. And I'll leave all these links down below in the description box so you can go and look at the Litchfield report for yourselves. You can dive into actually their investor relations, which I'll leave that link in the description box as well. And again, my alerts are set at $30-$35. We'll see what direction we end up picking, and time will tell. And again, full disclosure, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, do anything with this stock. I don't own any of this stock. Keep that in mind. I own 0 shares of this stock personally. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And full disclosure, this video was made for marketing purposes. Keep that in mind. And I'll catch you all in the next one.